Welcome to the new season of ZNation. We took the summer off to contemplate and dream of important things. Things like maybe, just maybe, Tim Tebow and Ryan Lochte are hot and smart and sweet. There's nothing like a guy with good morals and washboard abs. But that's not all we thought about, Nation. Little credit. We have an amazing season lined up for you. And in the first episode, all we aim to do is end unemployment, solve the healthcare crisis, find you a wine whisperer, show you some seriously hot fashions to wear, give you the latest music from Lauren Silva, comedy from Casey Donahue, and check in on fall's latest blockbuster. But first, the nation turns its eye to unemployment. We found a company, Need2.com, who is not only trying to end unemployment, but can find you someone to clean the leaves out of your gutter so that you can catch up on your DVR Dancing with the Stars. Check it out. I'm Shannon with ZNation, and we are here today with Wade Floyd, founder and CEO of Need2.com. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure, Shannon.
So, Need2.com, the concept is I have something that needs to be done, so I go on and I post it, and people compete for my business. Is that about right?
Sure, yeah. Like the way it normally does, like everybody has needs. There's things that you don't have time to do yourself, or there's things that you just don't have the skill set. So rather than spending half your day checking like the phone book, Craigslist, Google searching, asking all your friends like, hey, do you know somebody who can do this? I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could just post it and let all the people looking for work find you? So it's, I just felt like you should be in control since you're the one with the money, so you just post it and then they all come to you. So that's kind of how it works.
Okay, so it sounds a little bit like Craigslist, Angie's List. What is it that makes you different from them? There's some subtle differences.
There's a lot of differences, yeah. So basically with those, it's still you going out and trying to find them. So with this, it's kind of opposite. Like you just post it and they all come to you.
Okay, so Wade, this is something that you've been working on for a while. It wasn't just a whim. You had a steady job and you decided to jump into this. You know, tell us the process. How did you come about being involved with this?
Sure. Well, I just feel like I was real passionate about the idea, and I guess we all want to take a step out and make a difference. And I felt like I always knew I wanted to do something like this, start my own company that made a difference. And so I just saved a lot of money. Like I think when a lot of my friends were moving downtown and having the nice lifestyle, I was just saving money, just so one day I could pursue my dream of creating a company that makes a difference. And it sounds kind of cheesy, but I really feel like it makes sense, the fact that like there's nothing out there where anybody can wake up every day and find work and save people time and money every day. So I feel like you only get one chance to live this life, and why not pursue what really your dream. So
thank you for joining us today. This is Wade Floyd with Need2.com. We'll be back with more ZNation. I love Need2.com. And speaking of Need2, isn't it time that Liam Neeson needs to keep better track of his family? Seriously, it sounds like someone has been taken again. Liam, just check their Facebook timeline. You don't have to run around ripping arms off of everybody. Take a look.
Taken was one of the biggest surprise successes of recent memory. How do you explain its success?
I think it was a wonderful, simple story, little action thriller that was about a father trying to find his daughter who will stop at nothing. And I think audiences identified with that parental love. I think what makes them so relatable is the intensity of the love in the relationship, so especially between the father and daughter, and the daughter and the mother, and hopefully in Taken 12, the father and the ex-wife.
By the time the second movie starts, Taken 2, we now find ourselves in Los Angeles, where certain things have remained the same. Brian and I are still, or Liam's character and my character are still separated. Our daughter still lives with me. But as it turns out, I am now also getting separated from my current husband, and with no place left to go on the vacation that we're supposed to take for our daughter's fall break, Brian's character invites us to come to Istanbul on for a couple of days as, you know, as a fun trip. And we decide last minute as a surprise to actually come and join him there. And from that moment on, we realized soon that maybe things are going to get a little bit more complicated.
Is it me, or does the family from Taken need a serious spa day? I always try to look my best. My secret to looking fabulous? I told the crew that this is a reality show. They follow me around with lighting and HD makeup. I think they might be catching on though. But to help you look your best, we went to Serenity Creek Med Spa. Check it out.
We are at Serenity Creek Med Spa with Dr. Martins. Hello, Dr. Martins.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good, good. Thanks for coming.
So we want to know, what is it about Serenity Creek Med Spa that sets you apart from other spas?
Well, we don't try to sell you something you don't need. We offer patients realistic expectations. We offer free consultations. We do procedures from Botox to lip fillers, laser hair removal, even liposuction.
Okay, so what you offer really runs the gamut, like you just mentioned. So how do you determine what each individual needs?
Well, like I said, we sit down. A lot of patients know what they want when they come in here. What I try to do is educate the patients, and I really believe that the realistic expectations is the key.
So can you walk us through what actually happens to the face of an individual as we age?
Well, as we age, our face goes from a youthful, heart-shaped appearance to the gravity effect, and it starts to look more like a square, masculine appearance. Okay. It's great for men. They look more masculine as we age. However, for women, they don't like that look. So what we try and do is, through dermal fillers, laser peels, other procedures, try and recreate, lift the face to restore the heart shape.
So Dr. Martins, I've been hearing recently how 20-year-olds are coming in asking for Botox, and when I heard that, it just blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. So are you experiencing this yourself?
We are. In fact, even younger than 20 I've seen coming in lately. The whole point of what we're trying to do is restore youth. I mean, when you're already youthful, there's no reason, there's not a whole lot we can do for you. So we really discourage it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today to educate us.
This is my pleasure.
And we'll be back with more ZNation.
Up next on Nation, we will show you how to feel as good on the inside as you look fabulous on the outside. We'll be back in a minute with the Health Watch, commenced with your texting, tweeting, and status updating. We're here on Health Watch with Dr. Amy Myers. She's going to tell us a little bit about functional medicine. So what is functional medicine? Give us a background of what it's all about.
So in functional medicine, we believe the root cause of most everything boils down to inflammation. Even the cardiologists today realize that heart attacks are inflammation. Autoimmune diseases are inflammatory processes. ADD is inflammation. Chronic pain, inflammation. So what I'm trying to do constantly with patients is figure out where the inflammation is coming from for them. For a lot of people, it's foods that they're eating. High inflammatory foods such as gluten, dairy, soy, corn could be coming from infections in their gut like parasites or candida yeast in their gut. Environmental factors could be coming from heavy metals, mercury, things like that. So I'm really searching for those root causes and looking for where's the inflammation coming from for you.
I keep hearing this term leaky gut. Can you explain that to me?
Sure. I always tell my patients that everything starts in the gut. The gut is so important to our health. Half our immune system's in our gut, and over 95% of our neurotransmitters, which keep our moods level and even, are made in our gut. So I like to give this little, picture here of this is your gut, and these are little tight junctions, what we call tight junctions, holding your gut together. And these are our villi, where we digest and absorb teeny tiny little food particles. particles. In a worst case scenario, like celiac, these villi blunt down. But for most people, they don't have celiac, so their villi are not blunted. But over time, as our system is being bombarded with things like caffeine and sugar and stress and foods that I mentioned before, like gluten and dairy, these tight junctions can break apart. And that's the term called leaky gut. When those break apart, then larger food particles that aren't supposed to be slipping through into our bloodstream do. They start slipping through like this: gluten, dairy, soy, corn, things like that. They begin to slip through and over time create a chronic inflammatory situation for us. So my goal really with any patient, no matter what you're coming for, is try to heal this gut back up, to get your gut from being leaky anymore.
Seems like this is a logical concept to grasp. What do you think it is that's keeping it from flourishing in our culture? What are some of the barriers?
So there's so many. I mean, first, most people don't know what it is and have never heard of it. So I appreciate you having me on your show, and hopefully we can spread the message that there are doctors out there that can help you get to the root of your problem, and that food is medicine and that nutrition is extremely important to your health. The other barriers go into medical school and how physicians are trained. We're not taught to, again, look at the whole body or to ask the questions to get to the root problem, and we're not taught to seek out that root problem. Then there's the whole issue of agrobusiness and agriculture changing our whole food supply. We have all these genetically modified foods now. We have packaged foods. Everybody's in a hurry and in a rush, that they're trying to make things bigger, faster, quicker, and really not getting back to the root of real food and real nutrition. And then real food can be expensive for many people out there. They simply can't afford it. It's cheaper to go to McDonald's than it is to buy a head of broccoli. So I don't know the solution other than getting the word out, letting people know that food is medicine, and for people to demand that we go back to the farm and go back to real food. My approach is eat nothing out of a package.
And next up, we have awesome in its purest form. Although we aim to inform and illuminate, well, sometimes we just like to rock it out. On that note, ZNation presents to you the latest music from Lauren Silva, who I can tell you firsthand is phenomenal live. Sit back and drink in the awesome.
You're like a cut that never heals. The more I bleed, the less I feel. It's in your touch, the perfect drug that keeps me here and leaves me numb. If it's love, I'm lying here, covered in tears. The scars I try to hide remind me I still feel. I close my eyes, the fear surrounds. I'm crying now, but you just let me drown. If it's love, why does it hurt so bad to know? Why does You're like a cut that never heals. The more I bleed, the less I feel.
Everybody argues with their loved ones. Trust me, I know. That's why I tell my significant other, sweetie, you make all the big decisions and I'll make all the little ones. It's worked out perfectly. We've never had a big decision. Our resident comedian, Casey Donahue, takes the time to save you from ever having to argue again. Take a look.
You always do this, you know, you always do this.
Oh, right, I forgot. Everything's my fault.
I didn't say it, you said it, I didn't say it.
Oh, you think you are so much smarter than me.
I just need space, all right? Just give me some space.
Listen to me for once in your life. Just listen, please.
You're doing it again. You're doing it right now.
What? What am I doing?
You're doing it right now.
What?
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 Oh, this is just like you.
Oh, here we go.
God, I am right here. You know, I am right here.
You know what? This is great. This is real great.
You're a jerk, you know that? You're just a real asshole.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I don't even know.
It is always about you.
I'm aware.
My mother was right about you.
Is this a fight?
We are in a fight. We are fighting.
What are we even fighting about?
I should have listened to my sister.
What's the point?
I cannot stand when you do this.
When I do what?
When you do everything.
You know what? You're wrong.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're always wrong. I am always right.
You think you're so smart.
You said that already.
What?
You just said that.
What?
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 Oh my God, just stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Don't even get me started.
Okay, you know what? I won't, because I am done with this and I am done with you.
I hate your guts.
I hate your guts.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm sorry.
I'm also sorry. Give me a hug.
Okay.
Let's never fight again, okay?
Okay. I love you so much.
I love you too.
You're the best.
I think you're the most handsome man in the whole world.
Hey, help us make our short film, I Am Root Beer. You can learn more about that at iamrootbeer.com. Thanks for watching.
Baby, pay attention to me.
Oh my God, you're smothering me.
She was totally right, and he was so wrong. Right, girls? After an argument, there's nothing like going somewhere relaxing to settle down, drink a lovely glass of wine, have some me time. Well, Nation, we found the perfect location to release all that stress. Join us next on Foodie Call.
Hi Nation! We are here at Flat Creek Estate, and Lori Anderson and I are going to show you what makes this place so special. And it involves this motorcycle, a wine whisperer, and two people who saw something that wasn't there. Check it out.
We're here with Madeline, one of the owners at Flat Creek Estate. And Madeline, tell us, how did the Flat Creek Estates come about? I know it kind of came about as an accident.
Well, the inspiration, I'm not sure I would call it an inspiration. We actually were very serious once we bought the property about seeing what it was exactly we could do here. So we started with soil samples and had a couple ideas about doing peaches or pecans, neither of which we're able to do on this property. So almost by the by, the wines came up as an idea. And of course, we'd met a lot of people in the industry. We could see by then that this land actually had some nice sloping soils, and it probably was a place we could grow grapes. So eventually, after doing a lot more research, we crossed our arms and said, if they can do it, we can do it here in the Hill Country. Our experience was that we drank a lot of wine over our earlier lifetimes, but we felt we weren't too old to learn something new and felt we could contribute to the Texas wine industry.
I've been out here for a couple days now filming, and I'm just curious, where do you get all the unique personalities that you have out here?
And that's a part that I don't really know the answer to. So for us, we started out very small with very few people. And we've learned over the years to take a deep breath when we know we're ready for whatever's next. And if you take a deep breath, the right person will show up in the right place. So why are they characters? I'm not sure, but they're the best characters we could hope to attract if we tried to. It's amazing who shows up here when you need to have them here.
The rumors around the vineyard are that you talk to the wine barrels. They call you the wine whisperer. Please elaborate.
So it all kind of started when I first started here, and Rick comes in, and you know, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just standing here, I'm just looking at the barrels, and I'm just staring at it. He comes in, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm listening." And he's like, "What?" "All right." And he's like, "You do your thing," and he leaves. And then he comes back, and it's like 2 hours later, 11 o'clock or so, and I'm still standing here. And he's like, "Tim, you gotta do some work or something like that." I'm like, "Nah, I'm working. This is the most important point of the job, is to sit here, listen to the barrels, hear what they want to tell you, because each individual wine wants to be something. And if I listen to what it is they want to be, I can make the greatest wine they can possibly be. If I don't, and I just force them into the molds I want, they're going to rebel against me like any 14-year-old child that you're like, "No, do your homework and go to bed." And, so it's really important to me that I don't go into it with a preconceived notion, and instead I approach it and listen and taste the barrels and hear what they have to say. So here, let me show you. Actually, this would probably be the best way. So you take my barrel thief here.
The barrel thief, nice.
We're stealing the wine out of the barrel. The barrel's jealous. All right, so hold the glass out. Oops, I'm gonna pour that completely down your hand.
It's okay.
All right, so you go ahead and this wine, so this is Sangiovese, and we want to go ahead and see where it wants to go.
Okay.
And so you smell it and you kind of listen to it and you think about it and you lean against the barrels and you commune with it. And eventually you do this enough on a daily basis. Absolutely. 9 a.m. you got to start doing this. You eventually understand where it wants to go. And so you just kind of guide it along that path and help it along. It's like helping your child with their homework. You know, you don't want to tell them the answers, you just help them reach that point. And so that's basically what it is I do. And I guess that's where the whole wine whisperer comes from.
Ah, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim, my idea of a wine pairing is 2 bottles, but you might have a different concept. You know, how does that working with the menu and, you know, putting it with the certain foods influence what you do in here?
Go ahead and talk pairings. You got to talk to Chef Sean. He has this amazing palate. He totally understands our wine because he believes in pairings such as you do. And so he practices every day.
Does he start at 9 in the morning like you do?
No, he sleeps late. He's a chef. He gets in at 10. But he really has this amazing palate and this amazing ability to take what I do and meld it together and make this beautiful symphony appear on the table in front of you.
I can't wait to speak with them.
Oh yeah.
You set him up so nicely.
He's cute too.
Even better.
Mm-hmm.
Pairing. I got you pairing.
So Sean, I hear that you are the person who knows the most about pairings, so please educate me.
Well, what we have here, we have our luxurious chocolate torte and with raspberry sauce. So it's a very savory dessert with a tangy raspberry sauce. And we have 2 different kinds of pairings here. We have a complimentary pairing, which is our port, which is a rich, sweet Portuguese style wine, and our Super Texan, which is a dry red with a little bit more tannins. And the difference between the two pairings, whether it's the complementary, which has similar flavors, or the contradictory pairing, which kind of opposites attract, because it really does work in love and food and wine. Altogether, it's all the same thing. Because, you know, if you have a rich, savory dessert, a dry red wine with a higher tannins with a slight acidity is contradictory. They attract. And with the complementary pairings, you have the higher residual sugar in the port with a higher alcohol content complements the bittersweet chocolate and the tangy raspberry.
So does it matter which one do I drink first and then eat second, or does it?
It's up to you, but the chocolate first always is nice, because it, you know, that's really the start of the dish, and the wines tend to, I guess, finish the flavor profile or the movement in the palate.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. Dude, this looks amazing. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Which one is this?
That is the port. If we put any more chocolate in the tort, it becomes a brick. So we're right at the chocolate level.
That does go really good together.
See how it's got a really rich caramely flavor, and it's got the like mature date flavors and mature sugars. And the nice thing about the port is that it's a higher alcohol content. So the alcohol technically cleanses your palate. That's where the rich bite comes from in port. More chocolate, of course.
You are amazing.
We have more.
I'm happy to hear that.
That's good.
You're good.
Well, it cleanses the palate. It
It
strips the
does.
chocolate right out of there, so you can taste the wine, and of course, repeat. I like calling it rinse and repeat. Just like.
That's a huge difference, though. It's amazing, because they look the same, but they feel completely different in my mouth.
They're made completely different grapes, and you know, and to each their own. Some people just would die for a glass of port, and the other people would be like, "Give me the big red," is what they like with chocolate. And the nice thing about it is that the chocolate tort is a very versatile dessert, because if you love chocolate, that's a great base.
Thank you, Chef Sean. We'll be back with more ZNation.
Well, Nation, we solved unemployment, healthcare, arguing. We gave you film, fashion, food, and music. Sorry for making your other friends seem so lame. We're hard to compete with. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you next time. Mwah!